Rayan Cherki. Rayan Cherki. Rayan Cherki.
إعادة وتدخل الفار شفنا الإعادة وتدخل الفار.
It's sad anymore. I've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
I've got to get
Calm down. Now get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you want another phone. Everything's going to be all right. Please.
Sister, please, I'll handle this.
I've got to get out of here.
This isn't the usual guy. This isn't the usual guy. The other guy knows the game, innit? But this guy, I don't know if this guy knows the game. Bro, what's going on here? He's already landed. Oh, there it is. Yo! Hey! Zoom in, bruh. Yo, move out of the way. Yo, that's mad. Is he on that plane? Or have we just trapped another businessman from Germany? Oh, it's always the German businessmen, man. It's always the German businessmen. Is that him, chat? Is that him?
It's a beautiful summer's day. The breeze is stupendous. I want to dance. Let me show you how.
Oh, fucking hell, hello. That ain't right, is it? Fuck me. Hold on, let me get this right, people. It's not that much better, is it? But fuck it, we can work with this. Bear with me, bear with me. Whoosh. There we go. Update layout. What are we saying, people? We've got our man. I have my man. I have my man. Someone just said Daps is happy. Listen, I've got waffle fries with fucking ketchup and mayonnaise. I've got fucking lemon cordial with lemonade. And we've got fucking Cherki. We've got beef Cherki. Hold that, Cass. Cass, hold that. We've got what we wanted. Listen, I posted the link in here. Martin might join me. Steve might join me, not Big Steve, he's out. And also, who's the other? And Patrick might join me, depending on how long the stream goes. But listen, Cherki is done. The panic is over. Today is a good day to be a Manchester City fan, as people said. We are back. You know what? Yeah. Hold that months. Hold that months. And now we've got, hold tight, Mike, on the super chat. We have got 2 Rayans. It is a good day to be a Manchester City fan. Let's have a quick look. Let me just move this over here quickly. Let's have a quick look at Twitter. Where are we? Because I believe there's a few bits on here that I've seen in the chat already saying some stuff about the deal. So let's have a quick look at this together. Where are we? City Extra, Bosh. Right then. That picture's cold in the black and white top, by the way. Has that top been confirmed yet? Have we actually had that confirmed? Cade saying, No, not that one. Where was that comment you just said? It just saw here it is. This one. We can sign no one and still be 10-10. Do you know what? At this point, first transfer window, that's a 10-10 first transfer window. 100% agree. Second window, now we can be patient. See who goes. Get right back in. And for me, that's probably a 10-10 window, yeah. Anything above that would make it an even better window, but I'd probably call it a 10-10 window. So, Cherki to Man City is worth 40.5 million euros plus 2 million in potential bonuses. Lyon will hold a 15% sell-on clause on any profit made on the midfielder in future. Okay, 15% is fine. Man City will also loan a player to the League One side for next season. Now, for me, that is a big one. What are we saying, chat? Who are we saying? Who do we think that will be? Echeverri? What are we saying? Who do we think it is, chat? Yeah, I think it could be Echeverri, you know. So apparently we are going to be loaning them a player. Foden. Fucking imagine. It's not going to be Foden. Dash is here. What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, man. By the way, hope you're well. Hope everything's good.
How are you, firstly?
Yeah. The past 2 weeks have been really, really turbulent, man. Like literally today, yeah, they're starting doing construction shit and all that around my house. So if you do hear chainsaws and fucking buzzsaws around my fucking house, yeah, just sorry about it. No one getting killed. Like.
Sorry, bear with me. I'm just. I'm going to add you back in. I've just got to do something quickly.
Yeah.
Nah, actually, do you know what? I'm just going to do that because we might have more people joining us, so I will stick with that camera. Yeah. Sorry, carry on, bro.
Yeah, it's just. I think today, yeah, I think people were just waiting for that big bomber today, man. Of Cherki.
Not people. I've been stressed, bro. I've been stressed.
Mate, you know what's so funny, yeah? I told these people on many spaces, man, before. Yeah, that it will get done. Just people just gotta relax, man. Because this is the thing, man. On Cherki, yeah, he had that game here against what's it called? Germany the other day.
Yeah.
So of course, yeah, it's not gonna be as as quick as you think it is because he just got duties and plus he's never been in the national team before, like the third team in his life. So getting that chance is a wicked chance for him and for his career.
Yeah, but the thing that was getting me right is I understand why he wasn't over here. Right. I've been having this debate with people all over Twitter, right? That I understood why he wasn't in Manchester having his medical yet, because obviously he had an international game to play, right? But it was confusing me about why the club-to-club negotiations weren't carrying on over the weekend. That baffled me. I'm not going to lie, that baffled me. I didn't understand why that bit had to stop.
You know what, mate? Yeah, and this is just what happens in obviously transfers. Like everyone should know this. In the fact that agents will not be available for that one club per day. So we might be one day we'll be like, all right, we'll meet on Tuesday, for example, and then after that, they might be thinking, all right, we'll carry on this next week. Meanwhile, I'm going to maybe Inter Milan or Atalanta to do discussions for about 4 days. It's just one of those things, man, where people have to just realize it's just going to be long and patient. And with Cherki,
people have to realize it's me that had to realize.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen,
I was the most
you're entitled. Listen, people are entitled to be impatient. I'm not saying that. It's just things happen, man, and you just gotta take it one step at a time. It's like with Lyon, yeah, Lyon and City, they were on about the structure payment, and people say, oh, they're haggling over the fee. I'm like, listen, City's always done this for a long time, man. People think because we done, the Jack Grealish thing, and people thought 100 million quid, release clause all in one go. That wasn't the case.
Yeah.
They were haggling over the structure payment as well for that deal. So it's a City thing, man. It's always been a City thing.
Well, I mean, but saying it's a City thing, I can say this now, knowing this is done, right? And by the way, we don't know. Did you see LB's stream?
No, I was like other work, just doing my part-time thing.
His quality. He did an airplane watch, and what's everyone saying? But then afterwards, you saw people getting into these 2 or 3 black vans, a bit like elite limousine services that City use. They did look a bit like that. Does anyone think that? Does anyone think that was actually Cherki? Because I think it might have been, anyone in the chat that watched that, I know a lot of you came over from LB. I think it might have been, I genuinely do think there's a good chance that it might have been him. And the flight came in from Frankfurt. Someone just said Fabrizio tweet. What could that be? What player do you think? So we're loaning Leon a player. What player do you reckon it will be?
I don't know, man. You know what? Yeah, it probably might have been Jumaba. In all fairness, because Jumaba has thought about the aspect that you may think, okay, I like rent like with all RC loans, and you might thought, okay, I like the French league, so maybe I want to do 1 more year in the French league.
Where is
and
Lens?
Then see my development.
Where is Lens? Do you know where in France?
No clue, mate.
Let me have a quick look.
Nah, man.
Quick look. Map of France. One second.
Yeah.
Map of France.
That's the thing with what's it called, Jumaba. He was at Real Valladolid at Spain, so that's a good experience for him in the back 5. There's a bit of the same that in RC Lyon, so it correlates to what he wants. So I think with Leon and the way he suits Jumaba, I think he can do it perfectly. I just think, if they get a manager that goes 4-4 at the back, because I know Leon, they like to do sack managers. Yeah, so he's not ready at the back 4 just yet.
No, it's not. Yeah, but that's a good shout. It could be. Yeah. They're not the same. They're nowhere near each other. But that's not a bad shout. It could be him, It could be him.
I mean, unless it's Vitor Hayes or Echeverri.
Could be Echeverri.
Because I know.
Could be Echeverri.
Because you know why? With Leon, they have Thiago Almada. By the way, baller for Argentina, absolute baller. So maybe Leon might have contacted City about what's it called, Echeverri, and maybe Thiago Almada might have just phoned Echeverri saying, you know what, come to Leon, it's all right over there, and maybe Echeverri might have gone over there.
I think Juma Bar, that it could be Juma Bar, because obviously I do think it's looking. I think it probably makes sense that we do loan out Juma Bar for 1 more season, right? Yeah. I think 1 more season, probably firstly, and probably to a team with a bit better than Lunds, right? And then once, them bringing back to City the season after. I don't know. It could be Echeverri, though. It could be Echeverri.
Yeah, I mean, if Echeverri goes to Lyon, I think he'll do well. That's just my personal opinion, because the 10th position will be open towards a lot of different players. Maybe Armada might take the position at first, but if Echeverri goes to Lyon, I think it's doomed in terms of the amount of space they have. It'll be an eye opener of how physical it will be, because Silva, Bernardo Silva, he said in an interview many years ago that the French league is probably just as physical and hard as the Premier League.
Yeah, I was going to say Bernardo didn't play there, but he did for Monaco, didn't he? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Do you know what? I know we all want to see Echeverri, but it would make sense him going, because that is quite a good quality of football as far as the club he's at as well. And as far as for Leon, that means, because if you think about it, right, Leon, they don't want to spend this money. The money they're getting from this, I'm pretty certain is because they're in trouble, right?
Oh, they are in trouble.
Yeah. So
have we seen French football?
Yeah. But if they get Echeverri on loan, that straight away means that money can be spent on whatever the fuck they need to spend it on. So that would make sense for me. Would make sense. And the other thing is, if we loan him, I would imagine that means we could keep him for the Club World Cup and say, we'll loan you after the Club World Cup. But maybe that's why it hasn't come out. Come out yet. Maybe City have agreed we will loan you a player from this pool of players. We won't confirm which one it will be until after the Club World Cup, because City want to have a look at them all.
I mean, I think Leon will tell them what positions they probably need to fill for the summer. Because obviously, French football, it's in ruins. Ever since Mbappe left France to obviously go to Madrid, like French football in general, like the commercial value, the revenue that they get in is so low compared to when Mbappe was there. And I think PSG winning the Champions League was a big thing for France. Because as much as people didn't like it for France, with a Marseille fan or Lyon fan or whatever, it brings a lot of money into it. Now, is it going to be enough money for us to watch it? Probably not over time. But overall, like you know PSR, they call it DNCG. Someone can confirm that if you can. But they have their own French PSR. Like literally, nearly every single club is in trouble. Probably except for Monaco and Paris Saint-Germain. Like nearly every single club in trouble.
I can't see it being McAtee, me, because I think City will be selling McAtee. I can't see us keeping McAtee. For me, McAtee is going to be a sale. I can't see McAtee being a loan. Vitor Hayes is a shout. Could be Vitor Hayes. Could be Oscar Bobb. There's an outside chance it could be Oscar Bobb. I don't think after hearing what Oscar Bobb said, I think we're going to keep Oscar Bobb, me. But
it's going to be difficult to get that, man, because right now it's all incoming, going, and it's all nice and all that, but I just think we got to wait on the outgoings, on who gets low and who gets sold. Because I'll be real with you, no one has an idea of who's going to stay in the squad for next season.
Yeah,
actually, no one knows.
Someone's spot on as well. So Rockster, Diaz Dash. Do you know what? Someone's spot on. McAtee's got a year left on his contract. It won't be McAtee. We won't loan McAtee out because we'd be loaning him out just to literally let someone come along and take him on a loan. So you're right. It won't be McAtee. 100% it won't be McAtee. I don't know. Interesting. But also, I'm seeing as well that Everton have now come in for Jack Grealish officially. Has that been confirmed? Who's confirmed that, chat? Was that CX? Who's confirmed the Jack Grealish stuff?
I mean, you can be interested in a player, but
No. I'm pretty certain Everton have come in for him. So someone must have confirmed that somewhere.
I mean,
hold on.
I'll try and check, mate.
Huh?
Yeah. I'll try and check, mate. Because
I'm having a quick look now. There's been quite a lot come out. Are you still there? You just went silent. Don't know if Dash is still on or not, but Craig, what party time? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Would you what do you think of Grealish to Everton?
I mean, if they got the money for Grealish, then why not? But
it would be a loan.
I think it will have to be a loan because I don't think Everton will fork out that much money to go get a Jack Grealish. I just think with Grealish here, he's got a lot of options, by the way. But
has he?
It depends on.
Has he?
Yeah.
Tell me him.
Well, Everton, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Napoli.
No. Hold on. You're just listing names of clubs here. I ain't seen fucking Palace or Fulham linked with Jack Grealish.
Well, like I told you, that's a long time ago. Take it with a pinch of salt. But some of the clubs are listed on there now. Maybe in the mainstream media, they listed something from there. But with a lot of clubs in for him. But the thing is with Grealish is that I wonder if those clubs will make a permanent sale and take the hit for him. That's what I've always thought about Grealish in that aspect. Because they all want loans. Now, maybe with loans with obligations, some of them might want it.
Yeah.
But it's a risk in the end of the day, man. It's the risk that they're taking because we put him on 300k, by the way. It's us that put him on our wage. And they're not going to pay 300k.
And there's an example. I don't think, you just said fucking Fulham and you said Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are not paying him 150 grand a week. So they're
most likely not.
Yeah, no, bro, you just said their options. You listed them as his options. They're not his options. Come on. Newcastle are here.
Sure.
But there's no, bro, Crystal Palace, right. So we pay him 300 grand a week, right? So if he leaves, right, that would be that'd be 150 grand. Like realistically, we'd probably agree to pay half of his wage potentially, right? Crystal Palace and Fulham are not paying Jack Grealish 150 grand a week.
Of course, they're not going to do that. You want to go low, but we'll probably pay 90, 100, and then probably let City have 200k.
No, but we wouldn't. So they're not options. They're not options. They're not options. Spurs is a viable option. Newcastle is a viable option. I have a feeling I have a feeling the Napoli stuff all seemed to slow down once Napoli got De Bruyne.
Maybe,
So
but it's like it's so difficult to see right now, man, because there's options, but the wage they're gonna give for a
they're
loan
not
is
options.
so
They're
low.
not. Come on. Well, in that case, fucking Bedford Town. There's an option, right? No, because Bedford Town won't pay his wage, but, you know, if he'll drop low enough, come on, bro. They're not options. Fulham and Crystal Palace are not options to Jack Grealish. You literally, admit it, you just listed them. You literally just said the first names that came to your head.
Not really. They're in the past.
So hold on. So have you seen a link of Fulham or Crystal Palace to Jack Grealish?
Not yet in the media, but that's what I've heard so far.
You just made them up. You've just made them
I
up.
haven't-
I'm telling you now, you just made them up 100%.
I haven't made it up, mate.
What? Honestly, so what I should be expecting? Palace.
Not expect.
Yeah.
Not expect, mate.
Come on, man. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Sorry.
Nah, man.
Would you? But if you were Grealish, would you take Everton? Would you go Everton? Oh, here we go.
Everton, 170 people. All right. So if does he want European football? That's the first thing. Is that the most important thing in his mind? Does he want European football? Maybe Europa League or Champions League. Because if he wants that, he might not think about everything. I think for him, yeah. If I were Jack Grealish, I think about my mental health. By the way, Daps. My mental health, loving football again, going in the 10 where I can go to at any club. I think if Everton's the last option, I'd say go take it, mate. Just go over there, enjoy your time over there at Everton. They'll probably love you over there. You'll get more time in the 10 because I don't think there's any player here in the 10 that has, what's it called? Like any player viable, like actually viable there. And he's a 10, Jack Grealish, though.
See, I would, for me, I agree with you. Jack Grealish needs to think about his mental health. He needs to think about the other one is the World Cup is in a year's time, right?
Yeah.
And that will be, Jack will be 30, 31. I think he'll still be 30, right? So if Jack Grealish goes to anywhere and performs well for the next 4 or 5 months, he will be in contention for a place in England's squad again, right? If he goes and plays well. No, hold on. Listen to what I said there before you downplay it. He will be in contention. If Jack Grealish goes anywhere and plays well for 3 to 4 months, right, he will be in contention for a place in the England squad. He will be in contention of it, obviously, yeah. So that I feel is, and like if he goes Everton, he's starting every game. He's not going to go Everton and be ever on the bench. He's going to be starting every game. Yeah,
he'll get more game time at Everton, that's for sure. But what I'm thinking is, the amount of talent that's coming out of England, like a Rodgers, for example, even Gibbs White, even if you don't like Gibbs White, he's still on that provisional list in the future, always. So,
but here's the thing that Grealish has over all of them.
Experience.
Well, firstly that. Secondly, he has got that. But who have England got that can play on the left-hand side?
Gordon and probably just Grealish.
And Rashford.
As of now.
Rashford. Yeah. So there we go. Straight away, there's his place. I'm not saying that's where I'd play Grealish, but Grealish on the left, Gordon, Rashford, Grealish. Eze maybe, Eze. So, but ultimately, if we can list 4, that means Grealish will be in contention for it because there's not that many. So, I don't know, man. I know 100% that is in Grealish's head. Getting back, getting game time and getting back in that England squad. I
think the thing is with Grealish is that he's got to perform too. Because...
Yeah, of course, 100%.
You know what my point, actually quite contradicts himself because how come Jordan Henderson's in the fucking England squad? And he's not getting by merit. So I don't even know anymore about England, man. I'll be honest with you, that, with England, I don't know how the system works instead of merit of getting into the squad. Because it changes all the time.
Anymore, bro. England, I mean, after watching this the other day, I'm done. I'm so done. Like, I'm so done with England. I really, really am. It's when I was young, when we used to play teams like San Marino, right? We'd be smacking them 5-0, 6-0, right? The other day,
Yeah, with these.
The other day, at half time, I heard the commentator saying, we mustn't panic. If we just keep playing the way we're playing, we're going to tie them down and we'll break them through. We'll break through them, right? Against fucking Andorra, yeah? No. We should not have to tire Andorra out to beat them, right? And then going, oh, we've got a lot off the bench. That could change the game. Again, no, we shouldn't need fucking anyone off the bench to beat Andorra, right? We are really, really, really fucking bad. But anyway, this isn't about England. So, how would you rate the window so far?
So far.
Yeah.
With me, Daps, here, I don't rate anything until it's finished. And I'm one of those guys where I'll just watch the board and see what they do first, because obviously it looks so good right now. Ait Nouri, Reijnders, Cherki, all in the door. It looks so perfect. But I'm waiting for the outgoings too, and who goes in as well.
Hold on. So the window closes on Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay.
For us.
Yeah.
So how do you rate that window?
I say 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
If you're looking at this window in particular, I think it's good. Would I want to push in maybe a goalkeeper right back? Yeah, maybe so. But it obviously depends on with the goalkeeper of Ederson and also his futures, because they have to go first to probably get someone in. I think right back Livramento is too expensive. And if you want to take on that Martin Fernandez fella from Porto that people are talking about?
Yeah.
He's under 19 and he's got really scored around 60 million euros. So
right, but
I just think we have patience and time.
But you do know about the homegrown quota, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to go refer to. It's a homegrown thing.
So what do we do? How do you overcome that?
If you're going to sell, let's just say, Stones. You got Stones, Grealish are probably people's 2 top priorities to sell, yeah?
Yeah.
That means, if you're going to sell a Grealish, you might want to think about whether you want to go for a winger or not. That's homegrown, maybe a Gordon. If, that's a big if.
Yeah.
Then if you want to go for a midfielder, like I don't know, maybe a Jacob Ramsey. If so, at Villa, because Villa are in trouble. If you want to take advantage of that, you could do that as a homegrown. And then for right back, if you can't get an English option or a homegrown option,
Sorry, just to be clear on this, so you wouldn't I get the Livramento prices a lot, but you saying you wouldn't pay that?
I'd fucking pay it, but because.
Right. Cool. So you do want Livramento, you just don't think we'll pay it?
Yeah. What is that here? And people have to understand this. We're going to overpay regardless. Because we're in a situation, us and a lot of teams in the Premier League, they want to sell some of the homegrown lot. But the problem is, you got to make up the numbers. And this is bad. It's not a City thing. This is, in terms of this is just regulations in the Premier League. And I think that the way we price our own players, in terms of the homegrown sense, the quantity needed, I think it's going to be a huge challenge in the next 2 years.
All right,
unless they go on.
Would you say, right, and this is where my thinking is, because I know that some people have said that basically, we've been penny pinching in this first transfer window, negotiating over little amounts, right?
Yeah.
But do you think that might be because it sounds really weird because the first window, right, everyone knows that we're rebuilding, so we would expect that everyone should be able to hold us for ransom in the first window, yeah? However, we've actually done really good business in the first window. Do you think that might be because Manchester City know that in the second window, if we have, let's say we have Stones go, let's say we have Grealish go, we've just had Carson confirm he's going, could it be that City know that in the second window, because of the homegrown thing, we might have to overpay? And so therefore, we have to make as many shrewd signings in that first window to make the second window count a bit more.
I'm surprised, but there's 2 ways that they can go about this. Like I said before, just pay for Livramento, whatever the price is, if they want to. Or 2, kick the can down the road and go for Martin Fernandez because he's under 21. He's not officially can be put in a 25-man squad, just like with Rico Lewis and Oscar Bobb for 2 years. And then maybe go for a better homegrown option.
He would, right, so in that case, there we go. Yeah, there. So thanks, Craig. Craig's just listed. Walker, Phillips, McAtee, KDB, and Carson will be leaving this summer. Walker, homegrown. Phillips, homegrown. McAtee, homegrown. KDB, homegrown?
He's not homegrown. I mean,
sure?
Is he homegrown?
He might be, both from Chelsea.
Did he come from Ghent, then went to Chelsea? Because he's got to be 3 years trained in a. I don't think he's homegrown.
Craig, you might be one that knows that. No, I don't think he was seen as homegrown, but Craig, you might be able to confirm that. And Carson, but that's quite a few. Yeah, I doubt he is homegrown, but
that's he's not homegrown. I just checked on the transfer market. So he was at Ghent with the academy, and then in 2012 in January he went to Chelsea on around €8 million. Around that figure.
Cool. So, but either way, so what you're saying is that if we get Fernandez, that he would not class as a non-homegrown player for 2 years.
For 2 years, no.
Right, okay.
Because he's under 21. That's why. So it's difficult because if you want to kick the can down the road, you got to do it carefully.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's no point last year of getting a 60 million euro player for around who's 19, 18-ish, and then he just thinks up the gaff and not as good, which can happen because we've seen this before so many times.
Yeah.
So it's the difference between do you want someone proven or do you want someone that's going to be full potential for the future?
Yeah. Would you take so I've spoke quite openly on this, but would you take if Eddie does go, or potentially as backup for Eddie for a season, would you take James Trafford? Would you take him?
I've been asked that question so many times. Listen, I've not seen Trafford, by the way, for Burnley, so I cannot make a good assumption whether he's good or not.
Okay.
That's first thing first. Second of all, if he's that good to be at City, then I'd probably get him. But I think with Trafford, he probably wants to be first choice because he didn't want to be second choice at City. So I think, he probably wants to go in. So I think Trafford wants to be a first choice option.
Right. So are we saying that Newcastle was selling Pope then?
Newcastle.
Because that's where Trafford's being linked to, right? Newcastle.
Yeah. I like to think that Pope will be sold.
Right. I don't know. I just saw what sorry, it's lunchtime. I wasn't going to go live, but I've nearly finished these. Apologies, people. I saw what he was saying yesterday, and what he was saying about when he left City. He his terminology was interesting because he said, I didn't want to leave City. I wanted to stay and be number one. Pretty much I knew I wasn't going to be there. So it was the best thing for us, right? And it was weird the way he put us, because I was thinking, who's us? Not me. He put us. And it was almost like, did City sell him with that buyback clause? Because both him and City kind of thought maybe he might be coming back. I don't know. I like him. I do like how good he is with his feet. I think he's extremely, and it's not just his distribution, it's how comfortable he is with his feet is very, very Pep-esque. And I do, look, we don't know if Ederson's going or not, but could he be tempted with being told that, look, you'll have a season being rotational, you'll play all the cup games, FA Cup and Carabao Cup, and whenever Eddie needs a rest, you'll also play in the Premier League. And then in a season's time when Ederson leaves, you'll become our first choice keeper. I don't know. I think Trafford might be tempted with that, Or so Alan did say something. The other thing is buy him and loan him back to Burnley to give him 1 more year's experience there. I don't know.
I don't think you'd like to go back to Burnley. So I think you have to do, if you're going to do that, that's as a backup. I think you've got to do it carefully. I think it's got to be through promises in terms of the fact that they got to say that, all right, Ederson, you're going to stay for one more year, yeah? You're coming as his backup, but next year when he leaves, if you're good enough, you'll be first choice. Now, like what I'm saying right now is a possibility, and it's a risk that Trafford has to take a bit.
Well, the only thing I'd say on this is does Trafford? Right, so like I said about Grealish, that Grealish in the back of his mind, he'll be thinking about that World Cup. So will Trafford. And so Trafford I would imagine Trafford will want to play league games this season. Otherwise, there's a good chance he won't be going to the World Cup. And by the way, I'm not saying he's going to come in and get the #1 spot for England, but he would certainly want to be on the plane this year, I think, to the World Cup. Well, next year to the World Cup. So I don't know. Right. There is 512 of you in here. The likes are on 291. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. But we did this earlier on, people. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. If we could get those likes a bit higher, let's get those likes up towards 350. And I guarantee you the number of people watching this channel will go up as well. So please, if I could ask you all to check, just give it a quick check. Make sure your like button is hit and let's get them up towards 350, Blues. Right. I saw Craig just commented. Shout out to Craig Party Time as well. LB says a lot of good things about you. Says you're a guy in the know, so appreciate you being here. Exclusive confirmed today in LB chat. City have completed due diligence last week for Aina from Forest, who is homegrown and has 1 year trigger. He will be available for 20. I don't know if you're still here, Craig. So when you say has 1 year trigger, are we saying there's a release clause, or are we saying he's got a year left, and so? How does that work?
What he's saying is the fact that he's got 3 months left on his contract, and Forest has an option to extend it by 1 more year.
Right,
a year option, so they can extend it then to get more cash if you want to sell him in the summer.
So Aina for 22 million, that's a steal. I
think I'd take him if him and Nunes can be in the squad, for example, for a right back. Then I think we can go with that. But Aina.
Hold on, who are you? Who would you start? Him or who were you saying you'd start, him or Nunes?
Who would I start between both of them if they were in the squad?
Yeah. Oh, you're thinking about it.
That's why they're a good option. That's why. So I think Nunes right now, he's gaining a lot of trust in the fan base, if that makes sense. He's been a bit more consistent in the past 2 months of the Premier League season. I think I'd start him at first, but with the mindset that if he does drop off a bit, then Aina can come in. So there can be a bit of competition between both of them. I think both of them can compete, especially if Aina wants to go to the World Cup, like he said.
No, I mean, I didn't think that was. I would have put Aina, but okay.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you want. I mean, there'll be some games where Nunes fits like a glove. There'll be some games where you need Aina because he's very good defensively. Aina.
Yeah.
Because we've seen against Doku because he pocketed Doku for Forest in the way. So Aina, you got best of both worlds. What I'm saying, you get best of both worlds.
Hey Mason, I'm going to send you the link if you're about. You're saying you prefer not to speak, but I prefer you do speak personally. So there's the link, Mason. If you want to jump in quickly, jump in. Right. Let's have a quick look on Twitter, see if there's any other news dropping at the moment. By the way, just to go back to the Cherki news, just to make anyone that's joined the stream a bit later on, Fabrizio and Ornstein have both given... Oh, here we go. Another one from Craig. Craig, I'll put that up in a minute. Have both given their here we go in their Bomba on the Cherki to City deal. Deal's going to be worth around about 40 million euros plus 2 million in add-ons. And City have confirmed, it has been confirmed, sorry, that City will loan out a player. Who it is, we don't know yet. Actually, Craig, Have you got any news on who the loan out player is? Or at this point, is it we've kind of suggested a pool of players to him? Do you know anything on that? Right, Craig is also saying players who are available for moves if offers come in are Silva. Yep, seen that one. Gundogan, Ederson, Ortega, Nunes. Wow. I didn't expect Nunes to be in it, you know. I didn't expect Nunes to be in the list. Did you, Dash?
I mean, Pep wants to keep him because obviously the past 2 months have made him change his mind a bit. But you have Nunes, yeah. I think, like I said before, the World Cup for next year in the USA, I think he's thinking about whether he can get a starting position or be on that list for the Portugal squad. So it's up to Nunes, by the way, what he wants to do. If he wants to stay, we'll compete at right back, be the backup option. I'm all for it. If he wants to leave, yeah, that's fine. But we got to get a buyer first and
Do you know
foremost.
what? It does make sense what you just said there because, right, if Nunes is in for another season playing at right back for City, right, and maybe even being rotational right back, cover right back, yeah, that's not going to be. I mean, that's not where we want to start for Portugal, is it?
That's what I was saying the other day in the space that he might like right back for like a short moment, but I think he likes to be in midfield. So it depends on what he wants to do because
it's a good point as well. 29.
Yeah, he'll be 29. But like I said, it's a kick the can down the road type of thing. So if we do get him, I think that'll be the issue. I know, kicking the can down the road.
What are you saying, Mason? You good?
Easy, boys. You okay?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Running about,
Happy?
doing a couple of jobs.
Happy? Mate, you wanted... No.
Yeah. I wanted Cherki. I wanted Cherki.
Yeah, so why are you not happy?
No, I'm happy.
That don't really sound happy.
I'll be happy come close of window. You know that, Daps.
Yeah, but the window's nearly closed.
No, the proper one. I'm talking it more. What normally gets me is more the players leaving. That's when it worries me. Is when players start, leaving is who replace them with. I think up to now we've had the people that have come in have been obviously decent, especially for the price. But like you've said before, I think the real business will probably start when people start leaving. I think we're just replacing the players that we brought in. Like De Bruyne's and things like that, etc.
I think this has been the important window for me. I think this is the one where, I think we've gone and got three players that by any means we needed. Right, we've
just replaced them. If you think we've replaced
right, but what I would say, well, not a left back. Fucking hell, we ain't replacing that left back wasn't a replacement. I can't remember the last time we had one of them. But I think with getting a fullback, getting an 8, and getting a 8/10 in Cherki, I think they are three players that ultimately, if we do no more business, if no one else leaves, no one else comes in, I think we're a better team next season.
Apart from one position, but yeah, I agree.
Right, which position?
Right back.
Right, you're desperate for a right back.
But 100%. It's we've been crying out for a proper right back for a few years since Kyle Walker's decided to hang up his boots and swing his knob around. I personally think as soon as I've seen a couple, that lad I think just said then about that Aina coming in. He's a quality little player, to be fair. I prefer Munoz from Crystal Palace just because I think the way he can go forward as well just will suit City more. You already know we're not going to do the same typical thing we do on this show and talk about me and Nunes because that's just not going to get anywhere. But I think if we get a right back, I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, see, you're not happy now. Listen, last time we did a show together, you were over. You were happy with Reijnders. You were happy with Ait Nouri, but you needed Cherki. Now we've got Cherki, and you're like, well, I'll be happy if.
No. I said to you, when we get a right back, when we replace Nunes, we'll things will start to fully complete the book. Like I said, all we've done with Reijnders, Cherki, they're more than likely full-on replacements. Ait Nouri, we haven't had a left-back, so he's not replacing anyone. It's just that we're going to be able to play Gvardiol in the middle. With Cherki, depending where he plays, because we all know as City fans, you could sit here now and tell me Cherki's an out-and-out 10 and Pep will play him right back. So, we don't know. But overall, I'm happy. Of course I am. I just think if we go and grab a little right back, preferably someone that's, we know is going to slot in and fit straight away. I've seen that you were talking about the whole homegrown thing as well. With the homegrown players, can it not just be a case, though, if we just... Because I've seen before that there was some sort of interest in the Scott Carson thing instantly being replaced with a keeper, that Chelsea lad. So won't we just bring young kids through?
No, because they don't... Right, so what it... Right. Hold on. City's current squad, excluding KDB, had 16 non-homegrown players. With the new signings times 3, grows that list to 19. So current non-homegrown players have to be... Right. So basically, what it is it's that you're only allowed, correct me if I'm wrong, you're only allowed 17 non-homegrown players, right? So you're only allowed 17 foreign players. Forget the other rulings, right? About age and about... You're only allowed a maximum of 17 foreign players, and currently we have 19. So 2 of our current squad need to be sold or moved on, or ultimately won't be registered.
Right.
So if I go back to thinking what Craig put... I didn't save that one, bugger. I think you're looking at probably... I mean, if you're looking at it, that's probably Bernardo.
Yeah, I've got a very, very, very strong position that Bernardo might go this season. I think
Bernardo might go.
I think because they've dropped the Bruno thing in Saudi, I think they'll go for Bernardo.
Well, that's the links, isn't it? That he has been linked with over there.
I just think we hear it every single year with Bernardo, and we had that small extension that we done, and then as soon as Saudi come knocking, it always will turn a player's head. And I think he's getting older now. What is he? Is he 31? Bernardo? 30, 31?
Yeah, it's
around that 31.
He's 31 soon. I think so. Someone said Gundo and Cover, or they've said Coro, but I presume you mean Cover. Cover won't be going anywhere because he's injured.
He's injured.
Like
he's got surgery.
Yeah, Gundo. I think the only place Gundo could end up would be Fenerbahce, right?
Yeah, Turkey. Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah.
I think, like you say, it will be a case now with. Don't get me wrong. These 3 signings that we've made, I mean, like the players themselves are unbelievable. So we can be happy about it. I think it's just we know as City fans that we're gonna have a decent amount of outgoings. That's my playing devil's advocate. That would be my only thing to say is where do we replace? That would be it, because the people that we brought in, they're only, obviously, depending where they play, they're not really replacing too many people because they've not left. The only one we've lost is De Bruyne up to now. Whereas I'm still... I know we probably won't agree on this, but I'm still not convinced they sold on the whole centre-back sort of arrangement, because I know we brought Kusanov and I know we've got that Victor Reyes and things like that. We've seen him on the pitch for about 10 minutes. I just don't know if we're going to keep the likes of, we've got Stones, who's people are saying that he could be on the way out. Then tied in with all the other players that constantly get injured last year, we're just going to frost over the fact that if we lose all the defenders and we don't bring one in, we'll just leave it down to 2 young kids that we've got.
Do you know what? Sorry, I'm just looking at that. Craig, someone just said in the comment, and they might be right, Kusanov wouldn't count, would he? Because he's under the age, so he wouldn't count.
Yeah, because next year, Savio and Kusanov, they officially, next season after, by the way, not the one upcoming, they'll be able to add it in the official 25-man squad.
So at the moment, Kuzanov and Savio wouldn't be added, and so therefore we're fine. But then once they are added, we'd be over. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Silva, Saudi, all right.
I can see. I mean, I did say earlier. Someone asked me if there was any players that I thought we might kind of sell that maybe we're not so much thinking of, and I could. There is a world where I see someone coming in for Doku, right? I don't want us to sell Doku, but I could imagine there being an outside chance. Who?
Rodrigo.
Bro, stop this.
You'll say this. You'll say this until it gets to the end and it starts getting bigger.
Well, pause.
Yeah, why for that?
I would look. I'd take Rodrigo. I just can't. I can't look. Second window. But I just can't see it happening.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it'll be the only thing. The only way I can imagine if that happens is like you say, it would need maybe a Grealish and a Doku to go. And if there are rumours that were true, where he's saying he wants to play on the left, and that's where it's all come from. But I don't know. Smoke and fire. You know, we've got to all have one that we can hope. You know, it's a good place.
And don't get me wrong, bro. If in the next transfer window I start seeing Rodrigo, then I'm here for it. But I just can't see it. For me, I just think with the people, I'm pretty certain that Spammer, let me time him out. He's probably a Liverpool fan. Put user in timeout. There we go. I'm pretty certain it's a Liverpool fan just crying because we've got Cherki and they're still trying to get their signings over the line. But no, I think next transfer window, the first thing we're going to see is a right back. I think we'll see the right back one first, and I guess we have to just wait and see what happens with Ederson. I would still like to see Ederson get a contract extension, but do you know what I'm thinking about now? All I can think about is, unless anything's happened in the last, we haven't seen anything. Actually, let me go on Man City's Twitter quick. I'm pretty certain Manchester City, right, have not put anything. So they've said goodbye to Scott Carson. And they have, do you know what? Pretty quiet morning for Man City's Twitter. They've said goodbye to Scott Carson. Shout out Scott Carson. And they're promoting the fact that they're going to be launching the new kit. Actually, is that Ederson? That is. Have you not seen the advert for the new kits coming out on the 10th?
Yeah, in the washing machine.
Yeah, that's Ederson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I told you my standpoint on Ederson, mate. I don't think Ederson will go. I think if anyone does go, it'll be Ortega, and then we'll replace for a backup keeper. I generally don't think we'll lose Ederson.
Yeah, I don't know. The fact is in that is interesting. I always thought he would stay for the Club World Cup anyway, but I am now here. I'm looking at City's online presence, right? And they haven't released anything for Reijnders, Ait-Nouri, and Reijnders, Ait-Nouri, and obviously not Cherki yet. We know that Reijnders and Ait-Nouri have both done their medicals. I wonder if City are going to release all three at the same time. I'm telling you, that is mint.
Oh, it's Mancini. It's Mancini all over again.
But
announcing the three players.
But would it be Pep? Oh, actually, do you know what? I've just realised today all the players that aren't on internationals, today's the first day back, isn't it? First day back for the club training. Yeah, so I would imagine Pep will be back at the club today. Yeah, it was 9th. The players that weren't on international duty are due back in today. So there'll be some players at the camp today. That's good for Cherki. But now I think a picture with the three players would be quality, man.
Sat in the stand, like I said, just the carbon copper. It'd be mint. It would be mint.
Yeah. Agreed. Right. Well, I got my here we go earlier than I thought. Hey, I don't know if you've seen this.
This isn't the usual guy. The other guy knows the game, innit? But this guy, I don't know if this guy knows the game. Bro, what's going on here? He's already landed. Oh, there it is. Yo! Hey! Zoom in, bruh. Yo, move out the way. Yo, that's mad. Is he on that plane? Or are we just
yeah, but we've got the Hellbit. We've got the yeah. Anyone that hasn't, yeah, go back and watch the LB stream from earlier today. He did a mint plane landing, and then also trying to work out if the vans were from Elite limousine services. But yeah, we have our 3 men. It is official now. We have Cherki, we have Reijnders, we have. In fact, I can do this for it. Hold on.
Teijanni Reijnders.
Rayan Aït-Nouri. Rayan Cherki.
We have them all. We have them all. Do you know what? Any news on 115 today would be greatly appreciated. That would be the best way to end today. Go and tell me that Manchester City have been cleared of 115 and let us cook. But right, people, we're going to leave now. Let you get on with your day. Listen, if there is any more news, I might go live later. But I feel like now I can go, rest, relax, get rid of my nerves, and look forward to the Club World Cup, because we are back.